Here we go again. Like that was going to be the last one. Like this is going to be the last one. I ain't even looked on the computer yet today. I just thought I'd get down the ideas that I've got at the minute before I delve into today, because there's a few things that I've not actually addressed. One of them is what this is all about now. Obviously, there is an agenda somewhere. I've said before, you know, it's Googleable. I don't know whether it's Googleable now, but coronavirus is a virus that causes the common cold. It is internet searchable. I'm not belittling it. I know that people are dying. Last winter, my mother went into hospital. She'd got a cold. She'd got the flu. It went onto her chest. Her lungs filled up with fluid. She died of pneumonia. What is happening to these people now? She was elderly. She'd got underlying health conditions. What is happening to these people now happened to my mother last year. I am not making light of this. I'm trying to find some sense in what has become pissing mental. That's all. Right? What is happening now happened to my mother last year. Right? So there are people now saying, like, it's QAnon and it's a big cover for taking down, like, the pedos and what. How? This is what I want to know. They're like, stay strong. Yeah, it's QAnon. They're doing it. They're killing people, are they? QAnon are killing people? Because I'd rather my mother still be here than Tom Hanks be behind bars. Just saying. People are dying, right? People die every day. People die every year. The numbers that we're seeing now are not epidemic. Like yesterday, I saw a piece and it said the death toll 70 or whatever it was yesterday, but the government's saying that could become 200. The government is saying that will probably become 260,000. Under 100 will probably become 260,000. You can't put these numbers out there and expect people to not panic. Now, with the QAnon thing, you're telling me that they're killing people, that they managed to fabricate a worldwide pandemic, got all of the governments of every single country on the planet to join in with them so that they could dig up Oprah Winfrey's back garden. I don't see it. Now, I'm not saying that QAnon aren't taking mass advantage of people being on lockdown and whatever, because they know where everybody is. Except for Ghislaine Maxwell. She's not really surfaced, but she's been in lockdown since Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, so... maybe she'll turn up now. Oh, no, maybe not. So yeah, and the 5G thing as well. I'm not buying the 5G thing either. I'm not saying that 5G ain't dangerous. It's a killer. It's a killer. Like, literally, we are going to drop down like bloody flies. Because bees and birds that fly past the antenna already are doing that. I've watched two, three, I think, videos. Like one where this guy is in between two towers. And literally, he's going around and there's just bees and like all over the floor, and they're just dropping dead around him as they're flying in between these twin towers, just dropping down dead. So it is dangerous, but it's more likely to cause cancer than respiratory symptoms. What is happening to these people is that they're getting a cold/flu, and it's turning into pneumonia and it's killing them. That is what I believe. And washing your hands. I mean, I've said before, you know, like when we were little. Well, no, just it's the way I've been brought up. It's the way that I behave. If I've got a cold, a cough, flu, don't go see mum. don't go see mum. I'd be like, oh mum, I can't come round and see you, I feel it was bad. I don't want to give it you. Because when you get older, you get frailer, and you are more susceptible for this shit, and you have more chance of stuff turning into pneumonia. I know somebody who knows somebody whose husband had a heart attack, and it was blamed on coronavirus. What they're doing, I don't know. Well, my guess is they're taking what happens every single year, and they've basically rebranded it COVID-19. People will argue with this with me, and they can, because it's what I believe. They've rebranded it, just like they rebranded Persia, and just like they rebranded Indochina, like literally just like they rebranded Marathon into Snickers and Opal Fruits into Starburst. They basically give something a new name, they can make it seem like a completely different thing. And it's what it is. It's swine flu. You know, like swine flu was branded this big old thing. And like I say, I've got news pieces somewhere, really must get around to finding this file, where I've got the news pieces from, oh my God, there's a pandemic coming, right through like, oh my God, there's a pandemic here. Got my prescription for Tamiflu when I thought I had it, and all of this like, oh, we're all gonna die. And then I've got news articles from at the end going like, oh, sort of panic over, and then news articles saying like, actually, wasn't really a big thing in the first place. You know, we fell for Ebola, we fell for swine flu, we fell for foot and mouth to a certain extent, you know, like mad cow's disease, all of these things that they roll out to control us, and this time it's working. This time they've got the military involved. This time they're forcing us to self-isolate. This time we are running around like headless chickens. But this time we're talking to each other about it. And this is why I really am not that scared. I've not been scared of COVID-19 at all from the get-go. Doesn't put any fear into me whatsoever. What puts fear into me is the way that my fellow man have behaved. The panic buying, the sheer lack of disrespect for other people, the me business. But what I am seeing, and I said this the other day, what I am seeing is a reaching out to people. There were rumours yesterday that the internet was going to go down for a fortnight. So now I've got the phone numbers of my key people. So if the internet does go down, we've got each other. You know, like, we will still continue to communicate. That's what they're forcing. They're forcing us to communicate with each other, and they are putting every single one of us in the same boat. We are all being affected by this, and it is getting to people who would not listen to people like me before. Conspiracy theories are real. Everybody is questioning this. There are very, very few people that actually just believe what we're being told. Although Sean Atwood does, which, like, you know, like, there are people who have been saying stuff about him, and I'm like, no, I love him. I love him, I do. And then I saw him going on about coronavirus, and I'm like, really? This is what you think? Like, no, ain't you meant to be a truther? I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, so, like, literally, there is nothing to fear but fear itself. Never has that been made more sense. And now we need to take this opportunity. We have, especially those of us in the truth community, we need to take this and run with it. We don't need to be going like, I think you'll find, or I know this better than you do, or, you know, like, we need to come right down and go, right, everybody's on the same level as us now, right? Let's hold hands. Let's really go for that blitz spirit. Let's work together, see what we can do, so to make sure that when we come out of this, because we will come out of this, and things will go, well, things won't go back to normal. The laws will have changed, and the numbers won't add up to the same, you know, like, we'll be stuffed over. But we have this golden opportunity now of everybody being equal on the playing field, and we can all take steps to go back up together, and none above, none below, nobody talking down to anybody, nobody being made to feel stupid. Now, here's the perfect opportunity to say, well, you can see now what they're doing. You can see that we are on your side, that we can see through these people. So please listen to us when we say other stuff as well. Please realise that you're being lied to, and let's do something about it together. Let's change this world. Let's take their changing of the world, pull a switcheroo on their asses, and get a real change that will help us all. Any questions, any comments, bring them on. Like, if you're going to argue, I'll probably just ignore you a little bit. But or not. I don't do arguing. There's no point in arguing. This ain't the time for that. This is the time for pro-action, for coming together, for hope, for peace and for truth, and to work towards a future that we all deserve.